Good, good evening, everyone. Um, Good evening, everyone. I'm Fauzia Renor. You can call me Zia. And now I would like to present about the effect of different processing methods in nutrient and isoflavone content of soy milk obtained from 6 varieties of soybean grown in Rwanda. This is the paper review that I review right now, and this paper is published in Journal of Food Science and Nutrition. So, soybean or Glazinax muralis is a legume belonging to the botanical family, leguminous in subfamily of Babyloginae. It grows in warm temperature with a growth optimum temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, and usually the harvested is depending on the maturity of soybean varieties, can be early or late being harvested, but usually within 120 to 130 days. And also soybean is highly nutritious. It contains protein, fats, fiber, materials, and isoflavones. With the materials is also good sources such as calcium, magnesium, potassium, iron, and zinc. With high protein content, which is 40% protein that contained in soybean, is suitable for the growth of children and for management of diseases such as HIV or AIDS and tuberculosis. Also, last but not least, isoflavones contain associated with prevention of non-communicable disease. Soybean is not cooked or eaten like other beans, but it is instead processed into various products for improved palatability and nutritional benefit. It is mainly processed into soy flour, soy milk, and tofu. Soy milk is considered to be a cow's milk substitute for lactose intolerant individuals. Soy milk also could contribute to improve nutrition among rural communities. However, the acceptability is low due to the beanie odor. To reduce the beanie odor and increase acceptability of soy milk, a number of treatment or combination of treatment have been developed for involving heating and modification of acidicity. However, the effect of the treatments that mentioned before, is not well established. So the aim of this study was to determine the effect of three processing technique in nutrient and isoflavone content of soy milk from soybean varieties. This is the materials and the method. The first, we need to select and do sampling of soybean varieties. We select 6 varieties of soybean, and then do soy milk preparation with 3 methods. The first method is soaking, the second method is bleaching, and the third method is cooking. And the last one, we determine the nutrient content in soybean and soy milk and do the data analysis. Six varieties were selected, included one local variety, PK6, SP24, SC Saga, SC Sequel, and SC Square. Each of the variety has 1 kilo sample and is triplicates or 3 reputation. And all of the sample were kept in cold room at 4 degrees Celsius. This is the method that we use. The first method is soaking. So 25 grams of soybeans were soaked in 100 milliliter water for 12 hours at room temperature or 25 degrees Celsius. After draining the soaking water and rinsing with the cold water, the beans were ground in 200 milliliter of water using a Warren Laboratory electric blender and filtered through muslin cloth or filter from fabric. And then the filter or the filtrate or soy milk was boiled in beaker for 10 minutes. For the second method or blanching, so 0.05 gram of natrium bicarbonate and 25 grams of soybean were added to 100 milliliter of boiling water at 100 degrees Celsius and blanched in beaker for 5 minutes, followed by draining and rinsing with hot water. The blanching, draining, and rinsing step were repeated twice, followed by greening in the Warren blender with 200 milliliter hot water at 80 degrees Celsius for 3 minutes. The mixture was filtered with the muslin cloth, followed by boiling of the filtered in the beaker for 10 minutes. And the third method, or cooking, 25 grams soybean was soaked in 5% natrium bicarbonate for 16 hours at the room temperature or 25 degrees Celsius, followed by scrubbing and subsequent hot water treatment in water bath in 100 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. And then the beans were then ground with 200 milliliter of boiled water in 98 degrees Celsius, followed by cooking at 90 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. It is for homogenize and separation of insoluble and soluble portion using muslin cloth. And this is for the result and discussion. Protein, fat, mineral, and isoflavones analyzed in 6 varieties of soybean are presented in this table. From this table, it can be known that protein content range are between 34 and 7.7 and 36.7, but these differences were not significant. On the other hand, we can see there were significant difference in fat content. In here, there is a big differences between SB24 and SC Saga, with the SB24 has the lowest or 11.1 fat content, meanwhile SC Saga has the highest within 16.6 fat contents. SC Square had the double content isoflavone compared to the other varieties, while the SC Square had the lowest one. In this table, the nutrient and isoflavone content Soymilk obtained by the 3 different methods, method 1, method 2, and method 3, from blend of soybean from all the 6 varieties. The nutrition, protein, fat, minerals, and isoflavone, daisine, chenistain, and daisine were better extracted by method 1 than the method number 2 or number 3. The consistent of the professors report that soaking or heating with loss respectively in soy isoflavone during the alkaline extraction. The reduced extraction of nutrition and isoflavone by method number 2 and number 3 might be due to the common factor, which is heating. Heating is denatures protein and may reduce their extraction due to decreased solubility. Many plant protein are not readily soluble in water due to hydrophobic residue, and alkaline solutions are often used to increase their solubility. through breakage the hydrogen bonds. However, method number 3 involving soaking in natrium bicarbonate solution for 3 hours followed by heating had lower protein extraction than the method number 1, indicating that the effect of heating and reducing protein extraction is stronger than the alkaline treatment mediate increase in protein extraction. In this figure, it's shown that method number 1 produces soy milk with the higher protein content in all the varieties. This is the comparison of beans from protein content of soy milk per variety and the method. However, the protein content for SE square and the local variety in method number 2 can be comparable. In here and in here, the protein content in SE square and the local variety in M number 2 and method number 2 can be comparable with the protein content in the method number 1. And this is the comparison of means for fat content of soy milk per variety and method. This figure shows that the method number 2 gave the lowest fat content than the other method and also in all varieties. Even so, the SE square and local variety from method number 3 show that the fat content can be comparable to method number 1 fat content. These two. The lower fat content extraction by method number 2 is because of the temperature increase in the range 100 to 150 degree led to a reduction in fat extraction. This is the comparison of means for total isoflavone content of soy milk per variety and method. In this figure, we know that the isoflavone extract in method number 1 were also better than method number 2 or number 3. Neither method number 2 nor number 3 have comparable isoflavone extraction as the method number 1 in any variety. However, isoflavone extract in variety SE square in every method 1, method 2, and method 3 had higher isoflavone content than the other varieties, even if it's method number 1. Now we move to the conclusion. The method number 1, that is soaking beans for 12 hours before extraction and pasteurization, showing a better extraction of nutrients and isoflavone than other methods. SE square and local variety was showing higher extraction of protein content and fats content than the other varieties. Moreover, SE square that had been shown has higher isoflavone content than the rest. It might be a recommendation for soy milk preparation whenever method 2 and method 3 is used. That's all my presentation. Thank you for listening.